happy Wish Wednesday. I am sitting here with Billy Joe, and she's the president of Make-A-Wish North Dakota to talk about how wishes can restore hope for our local children. Welcome. Well, April, if they don't know, is Wish Month, so we are really in the neck of it. So people that are not familiar with Make-A-Wish, what exactly does the organization do?
Well, together we create life-changing wishes for children with critical illnesses. And this started with a little boy, Chris Gracious, who at age 4 was diagnosed with leukemia. He had a difficult prognosis. He only had about 3 to 4 years to live, and his mom made the most of it. And his mom's friends actually got together when his last week of life was really coming to an end there. They made his wish happen to be a police officer, got him his own little uniform, took him a ride in a helicopter, really made him the honorary policeman of the day.
Yes.
And it was quite a remarkable thing. And then that happened on April 29th in 1980. And those individuals who had made that wish happen said, I bet there are a lot of children who could use that wish. And I want to say to you, Phoenix, you and your industry, if there hadn't been a television station there to cover that wish, it might have been just a nice little thing that the community did, but because it amplified that wish, it's now a movement, and over 520,000 children around the world have received their wishes.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. We're just the ones who tell the stories, but you're the one who gets the job done. And I've seen the incredible work that your organization has done. But I just want to know, when it comes to kids here in North Dakota that are dealing, like I said, with really like adult issues, when do their wishes start?
Yeah, so we work with our medical professionals, or a parent can refer a child, and then we work with over 150 volunteers from across the state who help discover what that wish looks like, what would bring the child hope and joy. And then we work behind the scenes to make it happen, and we can make children like Enoch, who is our 700th wish come true, or Callie, she wanted to be a queen for the day, and she was our 1,000th wish. So we were founded in 1985, and so 1,000 wishes later. And Amelia is a recent wish child. She received a wish for a shopping spree, but she was our co-MC at our Wine and Wishes event last Saturday, and she gives back as a wish ambassador. So it's really throughout their journey we try to be a part of their lives.
Yeah, this is a question. I know it's kind of off the cusp, but I just want to know, because I do know of a friend who had cancer as a child, and now he's in the Air Force. He's a strong man, and he's doing great. But what happens with the comeback? Do you ever get a story of a child that really kind of just came through and comes back and just gives those children encouragement? Yeah,
I think that's what is a misperception, is that we only serve end of life.
Right.
And I think what's so fun about this new study that came out is we studied Wish alumni, Wish parents, and medical professionals, and Wish alumni said, their wish was a turning point. It helped them overcome sadness, depression, sometimes anxiety. I mean, because when you're diagnosed with a condition, the whole family is impacted, and it's traumatic stress. And this gives them that hope. It brings the family closer together. It really boosts self-esteem. And this study, it really gives credibility to what we've anecdotally known all along. A wish isn't just a nice to have, it's part of the treatment plan.
Absolutely.
And doctors think that as well, which is really fun. Part of this survey is that they said overwhelmingly they could see it actually even impacts medical outcomes.
I agree. I feel it. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not a doctor, but I do know your mind can be very powerful if you can focus, and you just feel like love and support just from the community. That's just my personal opinion. So when it comes to how many wishes, how many have you granted across the state?
Yeah, so we've had the privilege of granting over 1,000, but there are wishes waiting. So that's the one thing I want donors and your viewers to know, is that wishes still are happening, even during the pandemic. It didn't stop kids from being diagnosed with a critical illness that could qualify them for Make-A-Wish. And we always want to be in there to say yes, to help them get to that opportunity that would boost their lives.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about nice to have, but there's also some studies that really show that there is a need to have. Can you kind of decipher a little bit more what that means?
Yeah, so basically, we hear time and time again from our wish families, how wonderful it was, how it was a turning point, how we saw our child who was seizing a lot after their wish not have a seizure event. We've seen this, but we just had a recent survey that interviewed the medical the medical providers, Wish alumni, and parents, and all of them overwhelmingly said, this has actually made a difference in my life. It actually prepared me for adhering to my treatment protocols. It got me through things that I never thought I would get through. It was a turning point, and I think doctors say that a wish can be something that they get to talk with the child about during their treatment. It's not like, this is the next surgery you get to have, here's the chemotherapy. It's, hey, what are you wishing? Yeah. They get to dream along with the child, and that gives the treatment also, it's prescribing and restoring that hope.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like every time I talk to you, just because I just really get flashbacks of just some of the kids that was so lucky to have, that I almost feel like crying almost every time I talk to you, and I'm not an emotional person. So, but just for folks at home, very quickly, how can they get involved if they want to?
Yeah, so we make it easy. You can help by giving me a call, volunteering, donating at 701-280-9474. Go on our website at wish.org/North Dakota. Follow us on social media. Support those organizations and businesses who are supporting us, like Culver's and Caribou and Red Lobster this month. So yeah.
And also treat yourself a little bit there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, coming up after the break, we're going to have a little bit more fun here back in the studio. We're going to bring back those eggs. We're going to crack them open and answer some questions. We'll be right back after the break.